Good evening, everyone. Welcome to this program, or rather, an introduction to the mentorship program of 2026. Now, we have a mix of students. Okay, so what I've observed is there are two kinds of students that we have. First one, we have freshers, and second, those who have gone through the syllabus at least once or they know few topics, right? So for these two types of students, we will have two batches, okay? So I'm going to divide the students so that you don't affect each other's speed, because it is but natural that the freshers would require a slow, a gentler approach. But those who have gone through the syllabus and maybe they only need some kind of conceptual clarity, and mostly their focus is on the answer writing approach, right? So for them, the approach will be different. I have shared a schedule also, but I don't know whether you've gone through it. If you have gone through the syllabus of sociology, you would have seen that we have two papers. We have two papers in sociology. First one deals with fundamentals or the concepts. This is more difficult. Okay, this is more difficult, especially for those students who are not from sociology background. And it is observed that most of the students who opt for sociology, they are from the science background or any other background, but not sociology, right? So you should remember that you will have to give more time for the first paper. You will go a bit slow, and especially when we are doing the sociologists or those people who give theories that we have to remember. So when we are studying those people, that means people like Karl Marx, right? Emil Durkheim, Max Weber. So when we are reading about them, then we will take more time. But on the other hand, paper 2 is easier. Okay, it is easier because it is mostly dealing with social issues, and we have been reading these issues since childhood. This will take less time, and you will have to study mostly the theory part, that means the thinkers or Indian sociologists. Other than that, we are reading about the topics which are familiar to us. We will be reading about Indian political system, polity, economy, religion, education, right? So, all these things that we will be reading will be much easier. So, you have to be prepared for this portion, which will be difficult. Now, in this course, the idea is to go topic wise. Okay, what do we mean by topic wise? We can also say that we will be going according to the topics which have been given in the sociology syllabus by the UPSC. So, in paper 1, we are having 10 topics. Topics 1, 2, 3, they mostly deal with how sociology emerged, what happened during the initial time when it was being established as a discipline. Whenever a new discipline is established, then they have to decide about the subject matter, They have to decide about the methods. So we will study about these in topics 1 to 3. Some of you may find this uninteresting. Okay? So be prepared for that uninteresting part. And even if you do not understand many things, please be patient. Okay? Be patient and do not assume, do not expect that you will understand everything at once. Right? So this is what topic 1 to 3 is about. Then we come to the most important topic, which is topic 4. We will be studying about 6 sociologists. They are also known as thinkers or intellectuals. So we will be studying about 6 people. But apart from that, you will realize that there are other thinkers who perhaps they have critiqued, they have given some kind of critique, opposing statement, or people who have supported, or perhaps we have some people who are coming in the news nowadays. They can be called as the contemporary thinkers. So even though these are in the syllabus, but we will have some minor thinkers or minor sociologists also, and we will be studying about them. Now, if you have not read sociology, then of course it will be a bit lengthy journey for you, right? So what books you should refer? Now, for every aspirant who is appearing in civil services with sociology as their optional, there is a basic book which is known as Essential Sociology by Nitin Sangwan. This is the textbook which everyone reads. Now, apart from that, you may have some kinds of coaching notes. Mainly, you will have different kinds of coaching notes. You may have attended some kind of classes. So, class notes you may be having. So, whatever, let's suppose you want to start with these notes, it is all right. You can start with these notes, but side by side, also try to go through this book, Essential Sociology by Nitin Sangwan. Okay. Now, for few topics, we are going to recommend IGNO, few chapters, or you can call them units. IGNO booklets will be there, and especially for thinkers, that means for topic 4, there is a block known as ESO 13. So, IGNO booklets, this is necessary for understanding of the syllabus. Okay. If you feel that your notes are sufficient or Nitin Sangwan is sufficient, very good. You can skip this. But we will ask you to at least keep this as a backup so that if you do not understand few topics from topic 4, then please go through ESO 13. Okay. Now we have stratification, right? 5, 6, 7. So here you will see in these topics, you will have theory. Okay, you will have theory about what people said about work and economy. What did they say about religion? What did they say about politics? So till topic 9, you will have these kinds of mixture. That means you will have theory, plus you will have to apply whatever they are saying in theory. Now, everything is given in the textbook. You only have to read and understand. But when you are trying to apply, then try to relate it with your surroundings. What is happening around you? What is happening in workplaces, at homes, in families? So you will have to relate it. And when we come to topic 10, this is known as social change, right? So, in social change, we will be observing mostly everything which we have read in social issues. Because social change means whatever progress that we see in our society, in the world, in the West, in Europe, in America, in Africa, every small or big country, every developed or developing third world, all sorts of countries, we will try to see how much this has happened. Social change, right? This is a dynamic topic, and you will have to read current affairs for this. For current affairs, if you want, in Vision Eyes Monthly magazine, there is a section known as social issues, right? So try to go through them every month. They release this magazine around 20th of every month. So go through this social issues in order to have a better understanding of social change. Now, when we come to paper 2, what happens here? You will have 3 sections. Section A, Section B, and Section C. Section A will tell you about Indian sociology, people who studied sociology, who gave theories. So mainly their thinking, and also what happened during the colonial times. Because remember that we started or people started studying Indian society during the British period because they wanted to know Indian society, of course, for their own selfish means, for they did everything. But this also encouraged other people, that means the Indians, to study Indian society because we wanted to come up with our own theory. We wanted to understand how far they were correct, or maybe we wanted to contradict them. So here we have to understand the colonial times, what was the impact, everything, the reform movements. This part is like your history, modern India, the same things we will be studying, but from a sociological angle. In section B, we will be studying about caste system, the tribes, villages, and then about religion, polity, economy, education, all these things. What is the structure in India? And what are the norms, the traditions? Everything we will be studying here. This section, the last one, this is important because even though you have study material, but the question does not come directly. For this, you have to read the PYQs, but still, even though you have the PYQs, yet it is a bit dicey, unpredictable, and you must be thorough with the current affairs, what is happening in India and abroad, what are the different social movements, what are the ethnic conflicts happening, what about workplace harassment, what about elderly care, what about child abuse, everything, infant mortality. So this part is like your GS with a sociological angle. Okay. So for this, not only do you have to read the current affairs, CA, but you will also read the textbook, and we will also give you some thinkers, people who are studying these Indian themes or Indian aspects. Although there are very less thinkers in this section, but try to make a note of all those thinkers that we give you, and then add the statistics or reports that you are getting in your current affairs GS studies. So GS is going to help you a lot in this particular section, right? Now, how do we, in our mentorship program, we help you to prepare for this syllabus? Here, let's say if we are taking a week, because our targets are mainly divided into different weeks, okay? So let's say for one particular week, we have decided that we are going to do topic 1. So before that, there will be a lecture for the overview of the syllabus. And also, it will explain you what are the tasks that we are going to give you, and if necessary, what sources or text material that you have to read. So everything about the assignment is going to be clear from this session. Okay. Now, this can be, if the topic is smaller, then only one session will be sufficient for one particular topic. But if the topic is large, for example, in topic 4, we have 6 subtopics. So what we have done is, for every subtopic, we have given one lecture. Okay. So in this way, the lectures will be divided. Now, it is up to you whether you want to go for the live session or the recording. But we would want you to go for the live session, because here you will be able to ask your doubts if you have any regarding that particular topic. Okay. So let's say you have attended the session, then you have read that topic, completed it, then you will have to go for the questions which we are going to give you. A topic will have 2 questions, 2, more than 2, depending on the length of that topic. But you have to submit 2 questions or 2 answers at a time. Try to complete the answers within a week. Within a week, upload your answers, and then they will be evaluated. Now, the written evaluation is going to take place simultaneously. But let's say you have written 10 answers. So after every 10 answer or 7 answer, we will have a 1-to-1 Zoom session. Here we will be discussing all the personal improvements, personal, if you have some kind of, we feel that your concepts are not clear. So that also will be dealt with here, because the concept clarity of every person is different. So all kind of individual feedback is going to be given in this particular Zoom session. It will be a 1-to-1 Zoom session. Okay. Now, apart from that, whenever you are reading, now we don't ask you to make any kind of notes, because when you start making notes, what happens? Before, if you have not written enough answers and you are directly starting notes, what happens that you will try to copy paste everything. Okay, because everything will be important to you. But if you make notes or note down pointers after you go through PYQs or questions that we give you, then you will find that some kinds of themes are being repeated. Okay. Some kinds of themes are being repeated, and then you will realize what points I have to remember, what points are unimportant. So in this way, note making is fruitful when you are writing answers, and when you are analyzing the answers, because even when you are writing, you will realize that you are making mistakes in some areas only. Okay, you are making mistakes in some areas, or some areas you are not able to recall, you are not able to remember. So those points definitely should be in your notes. So that is why we ask you not to start note making right away, because note making can even be done after the prelims exam next year. Okay, so do not be in a hurry to make notes. Instead, be punctual with the tasks. By tasks, I am referring to the questions that we give you. So with every subtopic, we will give you at least 2 questions. So we have decided that every alternate day you will have 2 questions. That means 6 questions per week. Okay, 6 questions per week. You will have to write answers within a week. Try within 7 days maximum. Upload your answers. Tell us that, ma'am, I've uploaded. Then it will be evaluated. Now we will also have doubt sessions separately if we feel that yes, people are not understanding, but this will be mostly a group thing. But if you feel that there is something extra which you are not understanding, you need some extra help, we can resolve it on call. Okay, so that individual attention will be given to you. Now for revision, when we start, especially the thinkers, topic 4, we will start giving you 1-pager notes or maximum 2 pages. So these will help you in getting a holistic perspective of one particular thinker. Because remember, in sociology, thinker is very important. Especially in paper 1, it is the heart and soul of your answers. Okay, that is why we pay a special attention to the thinkers part. And especially for paper 1, you will be getting notes. These notes will help you to understand or get a holistic perspective of that thinker. And for paper 2 also, we will give you, for the Indian thinkers, we are going to give you. And if we find that there are new thinkers who are studying some current topics, who are studying some social movements or anything, so that will be added to your thinkers notes. Okay, so this is what we are preparing for. Now we will try to move faster, of course. So topics 1 to 10 we have in paper 1, and then sections A to C. Although we have decided that we are going to complete it till October, but if you are faster or you are quick in doing your or submitting your answers, then we will give you the questions beforehand. For example, you have completed, let's say, 6 questions by Wednesday, and you want to move to the next chapter, then for this purpose, you can approach individually that, ma'am, I've completed it and I want next week's targets. Okay, so that we will give you. That is not an issue. So if that is the case, then what happens that you can move more faster. Now this will happen especially for those people who have gone through the syllabus once. Okay, so their schedule will be a bit different according to their speed. According to your speed, the schedule will be fixed. So if you have gone through the syllabus and you want to focus more on answer writing, then here what we will do, we are going to have a live session for answers also, especially starting from thinkers. For example, if we are doing marks, there will be a 1 session for answer approach plus 1 for theory. Similarly, for other thinkers, Durkheim, Max Weber, Parsons, Merton, Mead, every thinker we will have answer approach, theory, like that we will have. Okay, so this is the idea. And current affairs, as I said, that you will have to go through some material for GS, and that vision monthly that I said, social issues section. January onwards, we are going to focus on the sociological approach of current affairs. So this we are going to give you in the form of a compilation. After the completion of the syllabus with daily answer writing, we will give you in November, around November, October, November, we are going to give you sectional tests plus full length test. Sectional test will have 10 questions you have to complete in 90 minutes. FLT, as you know, 19 questions are to be done in 180 minutes. So that is all. And then you will keep on revising till your mains exam. So do you have any doubts? Is this clear? You can unmute yourself and speak. Okay. Kamalika?
Ma'am, I just wanted to ask about the PYQ model answers.
Yes. So as I think you have not received it, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So by tomorrow, you will get it. Every
Okay.
student who is a subscriber of this particular program, that means SMP 2026, they are going to receive the model PYQ answers, and we have questions from 2013 to 2014 and when 2024, and when we have after 2025 mains, we will also give you these solutions. So everything will be given to you. Okay. So you will be getting this immediately after enrollment within 24 or 48 hours. Okay. Any other thing you want to know about answer writing or any source?
Ma'am, I just had मतलब ये मेरा personal problem है कि whenever I'm writing answers, I feel that my answers are not up to the mark or I do not have enough content. Like I have understood the concepts, but I cannot put it in the answers. So how will that be resolved? Like as you said that there will be
That
sessions
will
on answer
be
writing.
okay.
Yeah, so I just had this problem that I have gone through the syllabus once,
Hmm.
and whenever I'm writing answers, like for some topics, I have answers and I can write good enough answers. But
Hmm.
for most of the topics, I feel that my content is not good enough, or I cannot integrate thinkers, and my answers, I feel they're not up to the mark.
See, it is expected that the answers will not be up to the mark. Okay?
Yes.
Because
Mm.
if you were perfect, you would not have approached. Correct?
Yes.
And
Yes.
the main motive of this mentorship program is actually to help you refine your answer writing, to
Hmm.
increase the content.
Yes,
See,
ma'am.
whenever when you we are evaluating, I'm going to, oh, I do not have that thing. I would have shown you. Do you want to see an evaluation?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So let me just one second. Huh? It will take just 2 minutes. I'll show you how that answer is evaluated or what how I evaluate answer. Then you will realize that whether it is going to help you or not. Okay. So this is from the batch 1. All of you have that QA booklet, no? You know what is a QA booklet?
No, ma'am.
UPSC booklet? Question answer booklet? QAB? One second. Okay. So, in your paper, okay, in the question paper, I'll just tell you how the question paper is. let's assume this is your paper 1 question paper. ठीक है? So initially, in the beginning, what will happen? You will have to write down all your details, fill your details, everything will be there. Now then you will have the question paper. And this question paper you can tier. I think torn, either you can tier it or separately it will be given. So here it will be divided into 2 sections. Section A, section B. In every section, there is a compulsory question. Question 1 here in section A and question 5 in section B. Then you have 3 more questions. 2, 3, 4, 6, 7 and 8. Now question 1 itself has 5 sub-questions. So you have to complete 10 questions when you start writing. Your focus should be on completing the compulsory questions first. That means question 1 and question 5. 5 questions plus 5 questions means 10 questions. Every question is of 10 marks. Okay? Every question is of 10 marks. So this is handled. Now, we come to the next. Rest of the questions you will find is divided into 3 sub-questions. All sub-parts have to be done. If I am choosing question 3, then I have to do all the sub-parts. Okay? So, firstly, I am doing question 1, question 5. Then I have to choose 3 questions. 1 question from section A, 1 question from section B, and the last question from any section. So let's say I am choosing 8. Okay? So 5 main questions and 19 sub questions. So ultimately I am doing 19 questions. Now here first question is 20 marks, 20 marks, 10, 20, 20, 10, 20, 20, 10. Like this, it is there. So I have to complete all the questions. Now, most of the aspirants, what problem they face? Most of the aspirants who appear, they have not written answers. They read the syllabus, revise it maybe, and they directly start writing in the mains exam. This is a major mistake. Now, why this is happening? Because many aspirants, they do not expect that they will clear the prelims exam. So they do not prepare much, or they have not written answers. And sadly, this reflects in their mains. Okay? So this is a sloppy preparation. That is why we ask you to keep writing, keep revising, because writing is actually helping you in revising stuff. Okay? Because you cannot rectify everything. You have to write also. So this is the thing. Now, the second thing, which most toppers do. Toppers are not some god figures. They are not to be held on a pedestal. Okay? They are human beings like you, and what they do is they complete the paper with sufficient content. Okay? Of course, thinkers are included if it's sociology, but they do the basic thing, which is completion of the paper with content which is correct. बस इतना करते हैं. They don't do something very magical. So don't worry about the standard of your preparation or standard of your answers. What you should worry about is whether you are able to complete those 19 questions. Okay? And you have completed the syllabus, because suppose a question comes from the portion that you have not studied, then that is a very dangerous thing. You should not leave any question. If you have to write or you have to choose 5 questions, please do not leave any question, because leaving one question means 50 mark, 50 marks, easily it will get lost. Don't do that. That is why, please complete your syllabus. Please write, at least practice writing, so that you are ready for the mains exam. Don't worry about your quality of answers, nothing. Your answer should be correct. This should be your main focus, and you should write 19 answers. Ye dono, these should be your focus. Now I'll show how someone writes an answer. Okay. Okay, no, doesn't need to call it. Achha, let's see it here only. So, this is questions 5 and 6. Okay, this is from topic, I think, topic 3 here. Yes. So, what is the distinctiveness of feminist method of social research? Okay, so this was a question in 24. So, here you will see that if you have written some kind of wrong or incorrect social terms or concepts, then that is corrected. Hmm? If you have missed out certain terms, that is corrected. One thing that you should remember is do not write complex sentences. This part I have written in a box, that you have to write shorter sentences. Don't make it too complex, so that short sentence is easier to understand. Hmm? So here comes the thinkers part, where you have to, if I feel that your answer does not have a particular thinker, that thinker is important to that topic or has done research which is popular, then I'm going to mention it here. And I will also mention the points which are necessary. Every line that you write is read thoroughly, and then any add-on that is felt, if it is correct, fine. But if it is not correct, then keywords are written. Marks are allotted, and then some personal feedback will be written regarding your understanding of the concept. Because writing one good answer is possible only if you have understood that concept. Okay? Because even if you remember points and I feel you have not understood, then that will be reflected in your answer. It will be a very superficial answer. So that point I mention here. And then any extra points that I have regarding mainly the thinker, those points will be written or included in your answer. Okay. Then another answer, again, even though many people, you will see that you have written the answer, as Kamalika asked, that you are not satisfied with the quality of answer. Okay. So yes, I agree with you, because even I am not satisfied with the quality of answers that are given to me for evaluation. Okay. So I make sure that for every point that you write, there is some extra thing that I can give to you. Any extra feedback that I can give, until if your answer, your point is completely correct, I will not write anything naturally. But even if there is a slightest mistake, then that will be written. I will write all those things. Even it is a grammatical mistake or a sociological mistake, that will be written. For example, if you're writing answer on thinkers, so you should mention thinkers, of course, and you should also mention the key points. For example, there is something known as social action. So if you are writing about interpretive approach ka core issue is social action. They are ultimately trying to understand social action. So if you miss out social action, then what are you interpreting? What is the researcher interpreting? So that has to be written. Then for every point, a point will be written. Now, what happens that many times you are trying to answer. For example, they will ask you, what is the reason for this? Many times what will happen that you will give examples, but you will not write reasons. Because today in the aspirant's mind, it is a common misunderstanding or misconception that writing examples solves everything. It does not. Because if it is a theoretical question, especially from topics 1 to 4, and you have simply written examples, then it means you are bluffing. Okay? It means you have not understood. So you have to give reasons. Reasons means you have to give theoretical reasons or reasons which were given by theorists, sociologists. Then, of course, you can add few examples, but straight away writing examples is not correct. Okay. So these points you have to remember. What is validity? What is reliability? What about the qualitative method? Is it valid when I say that a qualitative method is effective? Why do I say it is effective? Because it gives a clear picture of the or accurate picture of the social reality. It is valid. Validity is more. है ना? Validity का मतलब ही है that we are getting an accurate picture of social reality. So that is what we expect. Then it is effective. So all these things are there. Don't throw examples without addressing the main demand of the question. Okay. Also, sometimes when somebody is asking you about how effective a method is, if you write the advantages, that does not represent how effective it is. Advantages is different from effectiveness. Advantages may or may not show कि कितना effective. Effective means I'm showing how reliable it is, how valid it is. So these points, these are minor points which we tend to overlook while reading the theory. So these points are addressed, okay, during evaluation, and extra points are given if I feel that there are 2 pages from one particular book and I feel that you should read those. Okay. Or suppose there is something from IGNU booklet, I feel that you should read that. Then I will not write down everything. I will simply click a picture and I will attach it to your answer PDF. So this is how evaluation is done. And it is advisable for you to be regular with your answer writing. Okay. Don't wait for things to be perfect or for complete understanding before writing answers. Start with that particular social standing or whatever understanding that you have now. It may be imperfect. You may have an imperfect understanding. No problem. That is the goal of mentorship program, that we are here to refine your answer writing. Okay. So don't be worried about that. What we expect from you is regular answer writing, regular reading of the syllabus, completion of the targets, asking of doubts, and your improvement, your ability to take the feedback in a positive manner. Okay. Many times we write answers, we feel that we are correct, but when the evaluator writes some remarks, then we feel disappointed that we had thought it was a good answer. Don't be disappointed. You should be happy that the corrections are being done now instead of next year during the mains exam. Okay. Is this clear, this evaluation?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Others, do you have any doubts? Okay, so what we'll do, we'll end this session. And after enrollment, you'll be added to a WhatsApp group. The WhatsApp group is not for discussion, it is only for sharing the tasks, and the questions will be given. The Zoom link will be shared there. Any material that I feel, any book, for example, there are people who are not having Ritzer. So all those things I will be giving. Any IGNU units I'll be sharing in the WhatsApp group. And the answers have to be uploaded in a Google Drive. So you will get that. And once you upload the answers, the reviewed answer will also be there. Now, because maybe I may miss your answers which have been evaluated, therefore it is advised that as soon as you upload the answer, please drop a message to me personally. Tell me, ma'am, I've uploaded the answer, and then it will be evaluated. Okay. So that is the thing. If you have any questions, any other questions which have not been addressed, you can approach me personally. You can drop a WhatsApp message. Okay. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for participating. Thank you, and all the best for your civils journey. Good night.
Thank you, ma'am.